Menteri Ramba Kejala Ukanrat Kisama Ula Pentip Haki Yang Darbar Bahaki Babon Ki Jaka Jangka Meghalaya Kejingkiari Ki Sainar Hapedeng ke India Bakari Bangladesh Kalong Nado Zero Line Bat Ki Babon Nakini Ki Zero Line Balakir Kidai Haki Benta Jangka Giant Hills Ya kini Menteri Ramba Ulong Haba Jubab Ya Kejingkli UMLE Shimet Nama Uplang Uba Sentar Kelasun Mentakasi Kut Jangka Darbar Ulong Bagajingkir Sainar Hakapot Nado Zero Line Kala urlong hadir ke Sarkar India bar ke Sarkar na Bangladesh keladap bansoi ya ke sekular. Nalor kejing beteng banyakren hapadeng ke Menteri Ramba Adu jong kini ki artili kiri kata Narendra Modi bar ke Sheikh Hasina. Ukanrat ulong bahadir balak soi ya ke sekular bat ka Shispa khat khandai amendment jong kariti sensar keladan kejingnya penbet ya ki jaka hakapot bat na kini kejingnya penbet ke Meghalaya kelayo iwe point saupulai kilometer ke jaka. Shushu long balimba ka land swapping agreement ka perdiwa bat ki jaka bom dan try ki belami na gajing kontma hapring sipai India bat Bangladesh mentang ki hap apa ke jala Meghalaya ulong bagi jala Meghalaya ka dan ya ka kapot bajrong hadu palat sauspa sau kilometer bat kari Bangladesh hendai ke jingjingai na benta ban ker sainar kalong kemba sauspa sau kandai kilometer bat na kini laispa arf kandai kilometer ladep ban ker sainar Kemba 10 kilometer ke jingtrai kadang yan palat khat ar kilometer kide ki jaka ki bomlong ban ker sainar kadba palat 10 kilometer kidang dei ban hap ker Menteri Ramba ulong baki babon ki jaka basak teng ke jingker sainar kidei namar ke jing persha jing kenhon hendai long ba ke jing jurep bat ke jing ya penbet menta kadang yan bat kermen ba ya kini ke jing eru on salak ban penbet kloino.
While attending the function of seeing Kentu Saint Rai Ardoloi at Muktapur village, I was shown the boundary pillar bearing the mark 12843S. Villagers informed the original pillar was deep inside Bangladesh. May I know from the Chief Minister as to how the boundary was realigned and pillar re-erected, sir?
So there is a very long history to this entire process, sir. And I don't think it would be appropriate for me to go into the entire history of how things came out, but I'll just give a gist so that the honorable members also can feel comfortable. Sir, originally the pillars were, and the boundary line was, as you're aware, was made by the Cyril Ratcliffe, commission. There was a boundary commission set up in 1947, and based on that Ratcliffe had made the boundary between India and Bangladesh. Now under this there were some areas which came under adverse possession. There were about 11 such locations under adverse possession, and 2 were from Bangladesh and 9 from India. So now most of these areas that are there under adverse possession are in Genty Hills zone. So which means that about close to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 such villages are there in Genty Hills. And I think Muktapur is one of the areas, not I think, Muktapur is one of the areas from pillar 1284/1 to 1285/2. So therefore this basic adverse possession land was there. Sir, in 1974, a land boundary agreement of 1974 was there between India and Bangladesh. And in this, there were working groups that were formed. And these working groups were trying to resolve this issue of this land, of this adverse possession land between India and Bangladesh. And it was in the 4th working group, which ultimately met on the 7th of December 2010, that they worked out mechanisms in which they were able to resolve this entire process of this adverse possession. As I was mentioning earlier, so these 11 locations, some locations, out of this 11 locations, we were able to resolve 4 of them, and 7 still remained unresolved. And in this whole process, ultimately, there was some give and take, and the Government of India also ultimately in 2011 protocol that came out they ultimately decided to have adjustments in 4 of these locations. And once this was done, there was a constitutional amendment that was made, and necessary changes were made, and that is where Meghalaya gained that 1.43 kilometers additional that was there, that was gained. But then in the process, ultimately, the government of India and government of Bangladesh once again decided that the rest of the areas which were under adverse possession will again be worked on. So, sir, in a nutshell, as I said, it's a very long process. I don't want to go into all of it. So, in the process, sir, there were some adjustments that were made between India and between Bangladesh under this entire process of the adverse possession, the land boundary agreement of 1974 and the 2011 protocol and the amendments that were made, and further the meetings that took place at Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. And so all these discussions that were made led to some pillars being changed, and it could have been possible that one of the locations was the pillar that was mentioned by the Honorable Members.
May I know from the Honorable Minister, Chief Minister, in this process of exchange of enclaves and adverse possession of land, whether Pirdiwa village is outside or inside the boundaries?
So it is inside. Yes, sir, it is inside.
Number 4, sir. Is it a fact that following India's request, the Bangladesh government has in principle agreed to allow construction of fencing on zero line in at least 13 areas falling within East Jaintia Hills, West Jaintia Hills, East Khasi Hills, and Southwest Khasi Hills within the zero line?
Sir, in the 100th Amendment to the Constitution, the different areas which were under the adverse possession, there were arrangements made, and in some locations the construction along the zero line was agreed on. It is within the amendment, in fact, the amendment of the Constitution has that specific details, but so there are too many of them, I will not be able to go through all of those areas. But yes, there are certain areas where on the zero line, and some of them are in Jaintia Hills, on the zero line is being allowed.
Chief Minister, whether boundary fencing at Muktapur village will be erected 150 yards away from zero line or on the zero line?
Sir, there is a committee that has been formed, and this committee is actually, there were some NGOs and some organizations that had objected to the construction of the border fencing on certain areas, and they wanted the survey to be done. So actually this will all depend on that survey. They were supposed to meet and go for the survey in the month of February, but then because of all these things that were happening, this COVID and all these issues that happened, I think the meeting was postponed, and that is why that survey could not take place. So once this survey and once this joint inspection is done, only then will the final decision be made. But the point being that certain areas on the zero line, Government of India, based on constitutional amendment, has allowed. So therefore, I think it will be finalized once this meeting and this survey and inspection is done.
In the course of the reply of the Honorable Chief Minister, he stated that 60.533 kilometers work on this length is yet to be started. So I would like to know the reason for which this part of the boundary could not be started with the construction of fencing.
So the main reason which I have partially stated is because of this objection that was there from different local organizations and NGOs that they will, which particular line will this construction take place. So because of these differences that were there and the local opposition that was there, because of that this work could not be started there.
In that case, Mr. Speaker, sir, what is the mechanism being adopted to resolve this problem?
Yes, sir, this is, as I said, it's a very complicated issue, And Government of India has also taken note of all of this matter. And that is why this committee is there, and these meetings that I've mentioned, they take place. And now that the constitutional amendments have taken place in 2015, again, the Honorable Prime Ministers of the two countries had met and they had worked out on certain arrangements. So things are now moving forward, and I think once this final survey is done, I think most of these issues will be resolved. I think this is more or less almost approaching a final conclusion, sir.
With the Government of India, when was the last engagement with its counterpart to resolve this issue?
Sir, multiple meetings have taken place with...
The last one?
Yeah, I'm just coming. It's a big file. The last one was held on 27th of February 2020 with MHA.
To the entire part of the state, or it varies from region to region?
So you're talking about land acquisition?
No, my question is, once the rate...
I'll need notice for this, sir, but I can tell the honorable member that the rates will differ. These are location-wise, so they do differ, sir.
Outside of replying, Chief Minister said, I think. He used the word, I think. So whether it will be considered to be a fact or how it is?
Sir, I will require notice for this, sir. So then, if the honorable member is not satisfied with the answer, then I'll require notice for that particular reply.
No, okay. There is no question of satisfying or not satisfying, sir. But whenever any reply on the floor of the House is made, should be based on fact. That is one.
He required notice for that. Bapiti Sokmi.